Oh, so it occurred to me that I told you about these bunk beds in here. And you might be thinking, wait, Corey, is this a hostel? Like, are you staying in a hostel? Or are you really bringing us a review of a hostel? Hey, what's up everybody? It's Corey from Cruise Reviews. Today I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am about to show you one of the coolest, most unique hotels I have ever been to. Let's go. Okay, so check this out. I am sitting in one of 4 bunk beds in this hotel room. Now, I know what you're thinking, Corey. Bunk beds, really? Hear me out. I'm in a hotel called the Hotel Clermont, and it's in right outside of downtown Atlanta, and it is super cool. It's just a lot of fun. They kind of package it as like this motor lodge that you like pull into after a long day of driving. And one of the features, like the cheapest room in this hotel, has 4 bunk beds instead of like a traditional like queen or twin bed or a king bed. And it's just to accommodate, it's a really small room. So it's a really creative way to like open the hotel up for people who maybe just want to stay the night with some of their buddies, or somebody like me who doesn't care if I sleep in a bunk bed for one night just for this review. So I want to show you the room, but I also want to show you the property, because the room is cool, but the property is really, really funky and unique. So let me show it to you. Oh, so it occurred to me that I told you about these bunk beds in here. And you might be thinking, wait, Corey, is this a hostel? Like, are you staying in a hostel? Or are you really bringing us a review of a hostel? Look at me. Does it look like I'm about to go to a hostel? Now, I have been to hostels, but I am not going to a hostel on a work trip. I don't think so. So no, this is not a hostel. This is my own private room that just so happens to have 4 bunk beds. But again, they have regular old rooms. They have some really nice rooms. This room was about $130, $140. I'll post it up here with how much it cost. But the nicer rooms were just out of my budget for this video, because if I'm staying for work, it's got to be around 150 bucks. So is this place a great choice for like business travelers? I don't know. It depends on what you value. When you see the rest of the property, you might decide, you know what, this place is pretty cool. I would probably stay in a bunk bed too. But most of you are probably like, no, I'm too much of an adult. I'm not a child. I'm not in college. I'm not going to stay here. But for this channel and for me, it's kind of fun. It's kind of quirky. And you know what it does? It breaks up. I just hit the camera. It breaks up the monotony of the same old hotels, the Hampton Inns, the Hiltons, the Embassy Suites, the Marriott Courtyards. For the same price, you can stay somewhere interesting. So if for no other reason I want you to think about this. Even if you never traveled to Atlanta, even if you never come to the Hotel Clermont, what I want you to think about is, when was the last time you changed it up? When was the last time you just booked something? Forget about the points, forget about all that. Change it up, find some variety, and it will spice up that idea of business travel so it's not quite so boring. So anyway, let me get back to the review. Okay guys, so just real quick, before I check out, I just want to give you my rundown of last night. Last night was a lot of fun. I started in the hotel lobby bar, which is technically also the restaurant bar for Tiny Lou's, the restaurant here. I did not eat at Tiny Lou's last night because I've eaten there in the past, and you typically want a reservation to eat there. So anyway, started out at the hotel lobby bar. It was a ton of fun. People were very nice, wanted to talk and all that kind of good stuff. I had a cocktail there. I'll put the B-roll up right now so you can see what I had. Then I went upstairs to the Rooftop bar and had a punch there, which was really, really nice. And the difference, by the way, the Rooftop bar and the lobby bar, even though they're in the same hotel, have completely different drinks, completely different vibes. The Rooftop bar is a little more fun. The lobby bar, you could have a business client there easily. So anyway, they're both great, but the Rooftop bar has excellent views of the Atlanta skyline. In the cold weather like it is right now, it is closed, like it's like enclosed, I should say. It's an open, like the bar is open for business, but it's enclosed. But in the warmer months, it has a beautiful view of Atlanta. So highly, highly recommend the Rooftop bar. Then I went across the street to a restaurant slash pub called, I think it's like the Book Room or the Bookstore. It basically looks like a reading room or like a kind of like a library's reading room. It was really cool, very nice, and I had the best ribeye steak, and it had like spicy pineapple on the side. It was sublime, like 9 out of 10, really good. And it was only $18, which was a steal for the amount of steak that you got. So really enjoyed my night. I'm trying to incorporate more of this into the channel, just because I realized like the room is fine, but what really makes a hotel special is the vibe that surrounds it. How walkable is it? What's the neighborhood like? So I'm trying to show you a little bit more of that as well. Okay, everybody, so I am about to check out of this hotel, and I just wanted to give you my final thoughts before I left. So overall, my stay here was excellent. I really, really enjoyed it. I think there are some things that you give up at a hotel like this and some things that you gain. For example, the beds here are comfortable. They're firm, which is great because it doesn't hurt your back. You don't wake up aching, but they're not plush, at least these bunk beds. So I can't speak to the other beds in the hotel. They're probably a little more plush. There aren't as many options when it comes to like hotel quality twin size mattresses, I would imagine. So the beds, you give up just a little bit in a hotel like this. But things like the toiletries, the soap, the shampoo, the conditioner, that stuff is like premium, top notch, which is really nice. Also, like, y'all know if you watch any of my videos, I am a sucker for like the hardware in a bathroom. I want it to be like real metal. This is actual like real heavy brass hardware, which was really cool. Now, the property itself is what really shines. This room's fine, it's comfortable, it's cozy, and it's quiet, which I liked, especially in Atlanta, by the way. In Atlanta, you can get some partiers in Atlanta, even during the week. So this place, not a peep, couldn't hear anybody walking through the halls, talking, or anything like that. Now, where this place really shines is the, I don't want to say the amenities, but when you walk out the door of your room into the rest of the hotel, the vibe in the hotel is awesome. It is majority people in their 30s, 40s, 50s. You see some 20 somethings, but a lot of times they are kind of priced out, or at least during the week, not as many 20 somethings are traveling, right? So the crowd is definitely a little bit older, but like they're the eclectic, interesting people. So think about like the fun people at work. Those are the people staying at this hotel. So what it lends itself to is when you go sit down at the restaurant here, which is amazing. When you go sit down at the restaurant's bar, when you go to the rooftop bar, everywhere you go in here, people are talkative. They want to hang out. They will include you in their conversations. It was just a really great experience. Coming from someone who does most of their travel solo, really, really excellent. So originally I said, I'm not so sure if this place is right for like business travelers, but I'm rethinking that. Now, I don't know if this room is right for most business travelers, right? Most people are not going to spend their T&E budget, their travel and expense budget on bunk beds, but the hotel itself, if it's inside your budget, is a definite for business travelers if you enjoy being social. If you just want to go to your room and like kind of have some solitude, this place has that. It will allow that, but like there's no desk in this room, right? So when I was trying to do my email, I was sitting on the couch doing my email, right? So that's just a quirk of this hotel. Now, that said, a bigger room, a more normal room, it probably has a desk. But long story short, I think this place is great for the walkability. It's like you can walk to Ponce City Market, which is a huge kind of mall, if you want to call it a mall, in Atlanta. You can walk to a ton of restaurants, a ton of bars. It's super, super walkable. It's in a pretty safe area overall in Atlanta. And yeah, I would highly recommend it. I would recommend this for someone traveling for business, but I would especially recommend it for someone coming in for the weekend with a spouse. Book one of the king rooms. It would definitely be somewhere I would bring my wife. I would also recommend these bunk bed rooms if you are coming here with a group of friends and like you're planning to kind of hit the town. So you're not going to spend a bunch of time in the room. You're just going to get ready in the room. This is especially good for guys, girls, ladies. Y'all probably have too much stuff to be in one of these bunk bed rooms, but guys, this is fine for y'all. You can get ready quickly. You don't need a lot of space, and you're not going to spend a bunch of time in the room anyway, except for sleeping. So definitely, I would recommend it for all those people. What I would not recommend this place for is families. Like I wouldn't bring my 2 kids and my wife here. It's just not really the vibe. You just don't see kids here. It doesn't make a lot of sense. They don't have a pool. They don't really have an area for playing. It's a more urban environment. So those are my thoughts. The last thing I do want to say is about the parking. You have 2 options with parking here. Number 1 option is to valet, and it's like $45 a night. Not ideal, right? Number 2 option is to self-park for free on the street right next to the hotel. So that's what I chose to do. Now, if you get here, if you like check in at 7 or 8 at night, you probably don't have that self-park option. But if you check in at like 4 or 5 before everybody else checks in, then you're gonna have that self-park option. I am literally like 20 steps away from the front door, my car is outside, and I parked for free. So it's a much better value if you don't have to valet and pay that $45 a night for valet.